All right, the next thing that we're going to talk about today is editing. Editing specifically around the punctuation that we're using for the evidence within our written response. So as we're doing that, there's a three-step process for doing this correctly. And I want you to follow along to make sure that you've done it correctly so you can edit it within your own response. So, step one, just as you would always do, you're going to select the evidence that best supports your argument. I did that here as an example for evidence one. Step two is I'm going to put double quotation marks before and after the evidence. This would be the same thing as you would have always done with evidence. And just a note here, please make sure that all punctuation, right, is within or inside the quotations, right? So in this case, the period comes inside the quotations at the end of evidence one. The next thing is I'm going to look at step three. Step three asks us if there's dialogue within the evidence that you're using, you must turn the double quotations from the dialogue into single quotations. So this can be a little bit confusing for students. So I'm going to go through this really clearly with evidence one. First, when I look at evidence one up here, I'm going to ask myself, is there any dialogue within this piece of evidence? Right? When I'm looking, the first few words of this is actually dialogue. My husband was in the Army. So I know that if I refer to step three, right, there's going to be double quotations already. And if I look up here, there is before and after the quote. But if I'm quoting this in my own written response, those double quotations must go to single quotations. All right, so please pay attention as I do that up here. First, I'm going to delete the double quotation and make it a single quotation before my. And then after Army and the comma, I'm going to delete the double quotation and make it a single quotation. All right, if I do that, then this is now punctuated correctly if I were to use it in a written response. Next, what I want you to do is you are going to do the same process for evidence two, but you're going to do this on your own and your teacher is going to check your work. So please make sure that you are punctuating this correctly using this correct quotations if you are including this in a written response.